Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Marcy. Thank you for clicking on that thumbnail. Always showing up, showing your girl some love. You guys, spring has sprung, I think, officially. I'm in California, so it's like spring, summer all the time. So it's a bit warm here. We get a couple rainy days, but for the most part, when it's a rainy day, an earthquake may happen, but then the sun is out all of a sudden. So it's usually pretty warm here. So I'm fortunate enough to wear any scent that I want, usually 365 days a year, in moderation, you know? So please continue to like, follow, subscribe, turn on those notification bells. And y'all, let's get into these spring florals. Now, these are not fruity inspired fragrances, more of spring floral inspired fragrances. Some have fruity notes, but they're a little heavy on the florals. Jasmine, tuberose, spices, yellow florals, but definitely spring for the spring, not just for the summer. So I actually, there was a couple of fragrances that I didn't mention to you guys that I wanted to smell at Accent, and I forgot. I didn't get to get my nose on them, even though aside from Ramon Monal was not there, but Greedy was there. And I've been wondering and hearing about this fragrance. I don't know why when I went over to the stand, I forgot to smell it. But anyway, the fragrance that I'm talking about is Mango Oud or Mango Oud, okay? It comes in this gorgeous iridescent blue, green, like all these colors on the bottle. So Greedy, like I said, they know how to pull you in because the bottles are super, super attractive, you guys. And that bottle is gorgeous, okay? And it makes you want it. But I was also wondering, since I heard about the fragrance, if it smells like my Rialto. Now, Rialto by Greedy has a mango note in there as well. There's mango, there's type rose, there's some oud in here as well. There's some iris in here that makes this a little creamy, powdery. So I was always wondering, is this fragrance inspired or a flanker of my Rialto? Oops, and the cap came off, y'all, which I absolutely love. So if you haven't gotten your nose on, or if you've smelled both of the fragrance, let me know down in the comments. Or if you have not gotten your nose on Rialto, let me know if you're interested in comparing Rialto to the new Mango Oud, because this is a prominent mango fragrance as well, but it's just more of a creamy, powdery, rosy, slightly oudy, non-offensive oud, westernized oud fragrance. But you guys, I love it. It's very sophisticated. So yeah, let me know if Rialto smells like Greedy's, the new Greedy that is coming out, Mango Oud, okay? I'm very interested in that. And if I get my hands on a sample, I will try to do a comparison, because I don't know if this year I'm going to be blind buying any bottles, you guys. I got to get rid of some stuff to start blind buying again, okay? Unless it's something that I absolutely want. You know what I mean? Anyway, so the other fragrance that I'm interested in, and this is an extrait, and I really want to smell this extrait because I love Ramon Monal's Flamenco. This one is actually going to be included in our florals today, okay? Our Spring Has Sprung edition of this fragrance review. So Ramon Monal is there's a beautiful jasmine in here. There's some rose in here, raspberry. There's a watery, juicy green apple in this fragrance, or maybe a Fuji apple, okay? But it's very warm, slight. There's a slight, but I don't mind it in this one. There's slight medicinal in here. I think it's the raspberry cherry. It almost smells like that gummy raspberry. You know the Lifesavers that come in the berry pack, not the original gummy Lifesavers, but there's some that are in like a purple bag and a berry bag. That is what this fragrance is giving me, you know? Plus some rose, jasmine. It's a little woody, fresh. A little bit of apple inside, you guys. So Ramon Monal is amazing, is an amazing scent for the spring because it's heavy enough to wear in the cooler months, but also bright and fresh enough to wear in the spring as well. So get your nose on this, and I'm so interested in what the extrait smells like. I may have to blind buy Flamenco, the extrait, you guys. I'm so interested in this fragrance. So anyway, another fragrance we're going to talk about is by Lorenzo Paglia, and this is an amazing addition to the spring, even with the added cherry note. So anyway, this is Cherry Ink. Cherry Ink is not one that you can wear in the summer. It's amazing for the fall, but because of that a prominent Lily of the Valley floral note. It's a little balsamic. That cherry's balsamic, making it a little juicy, slightly woody. I think this fragrance will be amazing for the spring. Maybe you want to amp it up, make it a little juicy, make your florals a little juicy by adding this to your fragrance collection. Cherry ink, like I said, it's not a, I would say it's not a realistic ink note, but that ink note, that darkness just adds a little bit of balsamic and darkness to the cherry, which makes it very just sweet and juicy on top of a prominent Lily of the Valley note in this fragrance. This is one of my favorite cherry fragrances with a floral note, you guys. Anyway, Cherry Ink by Lorenzo Paglia. Somebody told me to stop moving it. I'm going to try to stop moving, but I just get so emotional when I talk about fragrances. But y'all, Cherry Ink, it will also be listed down in the description as well. So the next one we're going to talk about is one by Royal Crown, and this is Isabella. Now, I don't talk about her too much, but I still love her. So I decided to pull Isabella out and put her on my fragrance tray. This fragrance I would not wear in the fall or the winter, but this is definitely one for the spring. There's a lot of orange blossom in here. There's some iris, some rose in this fragrance. It's beautiful. It's powdery. I also get a smokiness from this fragrance as well. It's almost like a smoky tobacco or a white tobacco in this fragrance on top of that orange blossom and iris and rose. It is absolutely gorgeous, you all. Sweet, powdery, not sickly sweet though. But it is absolutely beautiful, and I love it. Isabella by Royal Crown. Let me know. I only have two favorite Royal Crowns, and it is Isabella and Alchemia. Love these two to death, but this one's amazing because you can still wear this in the cooler spring months, even though the sun is still shining. Even though the sun is still shining. The other one that we're going to wear, and I do not wear this fragrance in the summer, even though it's a beautiful, creamy, very vanillic yellow floral. I love wearing this fragrance in the spring, and this is Gucci. This is by the House of Gucci, and this is a Chant for the Nymph. You guys, I've had this fragrance for years. I love it, and it will always be my collection. And usually the only time you hear about this fragrance is in the spring and the summer. Sometimes I may wear this summer nights, but there's some beautiful yellow, creamy, vanillic florals. I think there's Ylang Ylang, Frangipani, to my knowledge, that I can remember, but a very resinous, rich, creamy, warm vanilla scent with some beautiful yellow florals in here. That's amazing to wear in the spring, you know, maybe on a day date with your girlfriends, at a winery, wherever you want to go, where you may have on like a beautiful floral dress. You're getting a little bit of a breeze outside, but you still get that sun, and it's not yet summer, not too hot, but still that breeze carries this amazing sillage of a rich vanilla and yellow floral scent, you guys. Gucci, a Chant for the Nymph. Get your eyes on your nose and your eyes on this fragrance. It's a gorgeous bottle. I was saying get your eyes on it because the bottle is just absolutely stunning. Gucci, a Chant for the Nymph. You can find that one on the gray market sites and in stores as well, but I think it's a little harder to find in most department stores. So the next one we're going to wear, which I think is amazing for the spring because it still gives you that added citruses, the juiciness, but it also gives you a really deep, powdery, thick caramel, powdery marshmallow, some greenness from the petite grain, and a beautiful orange blossom, you guys, and that milky note that makes it lactonic. So to me, this fragrance is too heavy to wear in the summer. If you know what I'm talking about, leave it down in the comments. I love this. This is SINTRA by MEMO Paris. This is one of my most favorite and loved orange blossom fragrances that I love wearing in the spring. Like I said, you can wear it in the cooler months, but this will be, this may be a little cloying in the summer. So it's definitely amazing for the spring. The beautiful breeze, the sillage on this fragrance is amazing. Every time I wear this, I get so many compliments, but just imagine a milky caramel orange blossom. I think there's a little bit of rose in here and a slight earthy greenness to this fragrance. In the opening, it's absolutely stunning. SINTRA by the House of MEMO Paris. The bottle's gorgeous. This is the older bottle. I think the newer ones that they have out now are pretty like, what do you call it? Translucent, but you can kind of see through them a little bit more. But I don't know why they did that because I love their old bottles, the opaque bottles, you guys. Get your nose on this. The next one we're going to talk about, to me, Sometimes I may wear this on summer nights. This is by the House of XERJOFF, but I love wearing this in the spring because you still get those beautiful florals. You get some fruity juiciness. There's some greenness. There's actually some mint in this fragrance as well, or eucalyptus. I love eucalyptus in fragrance, so I get that in this fragrance. There's some fruity notes in here, some candiness, like a chewy candy fruitiness to this fragrance as well, but some beautiful, amazing florals in this fragrance. And this is Accento Overdose. Stunning, gorgeous bottles. One of the most beautiful bottles I do have in my collection. So get your nose on this Accento Overdose. It is gorgeous, but you get that almost like a fruit chewy or a fruit chewy, slight patchouli, fruity candies, beautiful florals, some greenness, you know, green notes, you know. This is gorgeous, very elegant, sophisticated, and one that you really need to get your nose on if you like a fruity, juicy, slightly sweetened floral for amazing weather, you guys. Accento Overdose. Gorgeous bottle. I may have to take a picture with this bottle for the thumbnail, you guys. The next one we're going to talk about is by the House of Sarah Baker, and I can't wait to do the review for you guys. And this is a newbie to the bunch, and this one is called Peaches Revenge. This fragrance is stunning for the spring, you guys. There's a beautiful note of juicy peach. Octaviano, I don't know if he watches my reviews, but I love his description of this fragrance. He said, and there's a background story, so go read that on her website. He said, this is a very unique peach, you know, as I've said before as well, very unique, you know, very ambery, but he said this was a slutty peach, okay? Hopefully this fragrance review is up and it doesn't get banned because of that word. But he said this is a slutty peach. This is, to me, this is a very alluring peach, slutty peach. You know, like the peaches that are just dripping down the side of your mouth when you bite it. Sticky, wet, juicy, you know, all of that. So yeah, every time I pick up Peaches Revenge, I think of a slutty peach because she's spicy, she's warm, she's ambery, she's all that, y'all, and I love her. In here you got your cardamom, you got some that makes it warm, spicy. There's some ginger in here. There's also some peaches and guava in here that's very fresh and bright, that guava note in the opening, but the peaches become very ambery, warm, spicy, blends on the skin beautifully in the dry down, and I absolutely love this fragrance. Peaches Revenge. So y'all, slutty, alluring, juicy, rich, sensual, decadent peach fragrance, okay? Peach, ambery, guava, like I said in the opening, warm, spicy. It is gorgeous. Get your nose on this one, Peaches Revenge. The next one we're going to talk about is one that I've got multiple compliments on last week, and this is by the House of Sospiro, and this is Dolce Mlodia, you guys. Dolce Mlodia, like I had people coming to me from the other side of the unit talking about, what do you have on? The whole unit is smelling. I think I sprayed this about 10 times or 10 or 12 times, you guys. I sprayed it on my skin, and then I sprayed it like 6 on my skin and like 6 on my clothes. So maybe I'll scale back because this fragrance is a beast. Peaches Revenge is a beast as well, okay? So I would say 5 of those and be done, okay? I would say 5, 6 of these and be done, or else you're going to blow people out of the water. Also, Maraschino, I think I overpowered the unit when I sprayed Maraschino. Y'all, I sprayed Maraschino like 10 to 12 times. And when I tell you, people kept saying, oh, it smells so powdery in here. What is that powdery? Is that you? It smells so loud. You guys, I was like, oh my God. And that was my first time wearing it, okay? So that fragrance, Maraschino, I need to do a beautiful iris review. Anyway, you guys, we won't talk about Maraschino. We're going to be talking about her soon in the near future. So in Dolce Mlodia, you have some pear, black currant. There's a lot of florals in here, gardenia, rose. There's a beautiful note of saffron in the opening. There's some mandarin, like a lot of juicy citruses. The saffron for me, I don't know if it's the sandalwood mixed with the saffron. It is giving me almost the background and a watery, airy Italica by by the house of XERJOFF. A little bit of almondiness, or maybe it's the combination of the vanilla mixed with the saffron. But I'm getting something like some airy, citrusy, you know, little behind the scenes Italica in this fragrance. And I think I mentioned that. I mentioned that to you guys on my fragrance last year when I did the review, like last summer. But I do get that on top of some beautiful black currant pear. It's very warm and beautiful. And like I said, I get so many compliments on this fragrance. So if you love, you know, a beautiful citrus in the opening with some black currant pear, the fruity notes aren't as dominant and as they aren't as identifiable as much as the mandarin is. But the mandarin, the saffron, the vanilla, the sandalwood, the warmth of the gardenia and rose, they're all beautiful. And this fragrance is blended to perfection. So get your nose on it, Dolce Mlodia. It's beautiful, but like I got so many compliments on that fragrance. So you guys, we have a designer, okay? This is My Way Parfum. This is the only My Way I have ever liked. And I tried, actually I like the new one, you guys. There's a My Way Nectar, I think it is. It's beautiful, airy, fresh, juicy orange blossom with some other notes in there, but I don't know. But I think this My Way is enough for me. But that My Way Nectar, it smells amazing. One of my coworkers had it on. I was like, what do you have on, girl? You smell amazing. And she said, it's the new My Way, the one that comes in the pink and blue bottle. I was like, the My Way Nectar, it's delicious. So it's beautiful. Anyway, maybe I'll get like a 10 ml bottle or a little small mini bottle of that one for reviews. But in this one's the My Way Parfum. This is gorgeous as well. This one is a beautiful orange blossom, tuberose. You get some iris in this fragrance, and that is why I think I fell in love with this fragrance, is the creamy iris, the tuberose, the vanilla, the citruses, all of that. This is one designer fragrance that I think they put a lot of effort into, which is the My Way Parfum. It's not screechy, it's not synthetic, it doesn't smell cheap, it smells amazing. So get your nose on it. Definitely very modern, youthful, dare I say, but it's a beautiful tuberose, vanillic, irisy, citrusy perfume. My Way Parfum. Get your nose on this one. The next one I absolutely have fallen in love with over the past couple of months, and this is by the house of AMOUAGE, and this is, I don't know, maybe I need to take a picture with this one for the thumbnail. And this one is, I can't even remember, you guys, Sunshine, okay? Sunshine Woman. This is the most amazing, sensual, sexy, just warm, cozy, sweet, warm, spicy fragrance. And this has the note of apricot. What I pick up to my nose literally are some warm spices, a fruity, powdery, sweetened apricot, and a little bit of tobacco, okay? I think there's some blonde tobacco or some white tobacco. I don't know what possessed me to give this away about 3 years ago, but like I said, my nose was a little immature, but I gave this scent away after smelling it twice 3 years ago, and today I'm in love. So that being said, sometimes, I'm not saying give your fragrance 3 years, but sometimes you gotta wait maybe 6 months to a year. You know, I gave it away immediately, like 3 months, within the 3 months that I purchased it. Just give your fragrances a moment. It's like people. Sometimes people annoy you in the beginning, but you know, sometimes you eventually warm up to them. You start to understand them a little better. You start to understand their background, where they came from, who they really are, their traumas, you know, all of that, and why they are who they are today. So fragrances are almost like people, y'all. So give them a chance, you guys. So Sunshine, I'm in love with, head over heels. One of my favorite AMOUAGE fragrances, you guys. Get your nose on this one, and the bottle is stunning, okay? And yes, I do love the new Love Delight, but I am not willing to pay the price for it. It creates an amazing scent bubble, but when I wore it over in Accent, I did wear it, I tested it out. Y'all, I went to bed with that on as well. Do you know I woke up 10 hours later with the same fragrance, or 8 to 10 hours later with that fragrance, and moderate projection, performance still on my wrist and my entire arm. So to me, the performance is good. It's not a super projector, and I'm talking about Love Delight, if I didn't say that. It's not a super projecting fragrance, depending on how much you spray, but it's almondy, it's sensual, it's slightly sweet, powdery, a little smoky. I want Love Delight in my collection, but I am not willing to pay that price. So your girl is gonna have to wait, okay? I did it for guidance, but I am not doing it for Love Delight. I like it. I pick up a lot of the jasmine, almondy jasmine, sweets, some citruses, and a little bit of spiciness from the ginger. It is slight gourmand leaning. I think there's some cacao in there. I don't pick up any of that, but I absolutely love Love Delight, you guys, and I want it in my collection. Just FYI, just in case I didn't tell you. But it's coming, okay? But y'all, if anybody, let me know, DM me on Instagram. If you see an amazing deal on the new AMOUAGE Love Delight, please DM me and let me know, you guys, okay? I'm going to keep a lookout as well. The next one we're going to talk about is VROOM by Penhaligon's. Y'all, this one is so good. Absolutely sweet, vanillic in the dry down, intoxicating, fresh. There's some osmanthus in here. There's a suede or a leather note in here. I can't remember. I think it's suede, but it smells like a suede, even if it is like leather. It smells a little more fresh, airy, soft. You know, you get that suede texture smell in it. The same is in, what is it? Flor Narcotic by Dries Van Noten. It lists leather, but it's more of a soft, suedey, fluffy, airy note in here, but you get a beautiful osmanthus. The star of the show is apricot and vanilla and smokiness, suedey scent from the suede or the leather, y'all. Anyway, I love this, and when this dries down, you guys, it is amazing. It's a little, you get that jasmine in here as well. It's a little, I almost get like a, it's gorgeous, you guys. VROOM is, if you don't have this in your collection and you love a fruity floral like Sunshine, AMOUAGE Sunshine, then you need to get VROOM because it's giving those similar vibes. A little smoky, fruity, juicy, sweet, slightly powdery, and vanillic, very vanillic in the dry down. Get your nose on Penhaligon's. I forgot the name of the collection. It is the Potions and Remedies collection, you guys. Yeah, and I could actually see that. Potions and Remedies collection, VROOM. Gorgeous, juicy, y'all. This is one of the most amazing. One of my favorite. These two, I think, in my collection. I have 3 apricot fragrances that I absolutely love. Osmanthus, actually 4. Let's say 4. So I love Flor Narcotic by Dries Van Noten. I got to do an apricot review, y'all. VROOM, I love. AMOUAGE Sunshine, I love. Yeah, we all love Dolce Diablo or Dolce Diablo by Narcotica, but I also love Jasmine des Anges by Christian Dior. Those are some of my top favorite apricot, osmanthus smelling, beautiful, lush fragrances, you guys. So get your nose on those that I mentioned. And I'm not listing all of them down below because I'm going to do an apricot review, okay? So just press rewind and like write them down, or, you know, tap that button and write them down. The next one we're going to talk about is one that is a spring staple. Spring, some people wear this for the summer. It may be a little too cloying in the summer, but definitely the spring. And this is Ex Nihilo's Flor Narcotic. Now, there are some inspirations of Flor Narcotic, which is Azora. It's by Attar. It's called Azora. Very, very, I mean, almost spot on, y'all. By Attar. And then this baby right here, Ex Nihilo, Flor Narcotic. Beautiful pear, you know, peony, lychee, a little powdery, juicy in the opening, fresh, musky, vanillic. It is beautiful. So if you like all of those notes that I mentioned, very girly, fruity, you know, just playful, get your nose on Flor Narcotic. Stunning. I do love the X-Straight as well. I wear that one in the fall and the winter because it's sexy. It's a little heavier, you guys. The next one we're going to talk about is a newbie to the bunch as well, y'all. And I've been smelling this fragrance, smelling it. And this is the new QUARTTO PIZZI. This one is stunning. It is gorgeous. Now, I told you guys that it is giving me a lot of pink pepper. It is giving me that lactonic, slightly lactonic, creamy, I would say creamy, milky tuberose. But it's giving me pink pepper and tuberose. What does that sound like? Pink pepper, tuberose. I finally know what this fragrance is giving me like 75% of, okay? Initially, I told you guys it's giving that warm spiciness of the Akigala wood, pink pepper, and possibilities. It is still giving that, okay? And it is also giving like that warm spiciness of guidance from the Akigala wood. It is giving that as well, okay? Woody, spicy, pink pepper, Akigala wood. But y'all, I keep smelling this fragrance. I've been smelling it every single day, all day. I wore this to work and I sprayed it a little too much. I sprayed this thing 12 times. It is a beast. Only spray this 5 to 6 times and be done. I smelled this fragrance until yesteryear, okay? I smelled this fragrance all day when I was sweating. It projected. It was loud. It's a beast. And guess what this fragrance smells like? And the notes in this fragrance. You get a, excuse me, throat's getting a little dry. You get a milky tuberose, you get some rum, you get some tobacco, you get some pink berries or pink pepper. And there's a couple other things in here that I can't remember because this fragrance is not being sold just yet, but keep an eye out for it. This fragrance is giving me Rouge Malachite. Rouge Malachite. I was like, oh my gosh. It is giving Rouge Malachite with coconut, okay? So you get that creamy coconut. You get that warm, spicy tuberose, pink pepper, jasmine. You're getting the smokiness from the tobacco. Not necessarily a booziness, you know? But there's a slight booziness. But what this fragrance is giving me 75% is Rouge Malachite, okay? And I was like, what in the world? I kept trying to put my finger on it. I was like, I know more of the smell than just pink pepper, than just, you know, than just Akigala wood, than just tuberose. There is something in here that I know very, very well. And I have not worn Rouge Malachite in almost a year, but I have smelled it for reviews. But it's my favorite tuberose fragrance. And y'all, this is right underneath it or right next to it, okay? But this one actually gives a bit more, okay? It gives Rouge Malachite or Malachite, it gives a little bit of an orange blossomy flair. This one gives you a bit of a coconutty, a creamy coconutty flair. So imagine Rouge Malachite mixed with Ouverture and some coconut, tropical, beautiful, gorgeous. You guys, Quattro PIZZI, very close to Rouge Malachite. You've heard it over here, okay? Rouge Malachite, okay? Anyway, Quattro PIZZI. If you didn't like Rouge Malachite because of the orange blossom, I don't know, try Quattro PIZZI, okay? But they are very similar and I may do a comparison review. But I love this one because of the coconut in here. That creamy, you know? Yeah, Rouge Malachite. I love this because of the creamy coconut in here, you guys. But yeah, it is gorgeous, spicy, you know, jasmine-y, coconut, creamy tuberose, and a little smoky. Get your nose on this one. It is gorgeous, okay? Now, am I gonna, you know, declutter my Rouge Malachite? Absolutely not, because I do like a little bit of that. It's not as sweet. Rouge Malachite is a little sweeter. This one, like I said, just like Rouge Malachite, when you spray this on, if you're going out, give yourself at least an hour in order for this fragrance to calm down, for people and for yourself to be able to enjoy this so you don't offend anybody. But give yourself a moment before you step out and blast everybody away with this fragrance, okay? Anyway, the next fragrance we're going to talk about is by the house of Donna Chardi. Y'all know this is my baby. Chardi was like, you guys, I love Chardi. Such a beautiful surprise, okay? This is a scent that I believe everybody would love. This is an easy scent. I'm not saying it's easy because you gotta like the note of jasmine. So I think every woman needs Donna Chardi in her fragrance. I will list my oldest review down below. It's about 3 years old. But y'all, I bought Donna Chardi based on the look of the bottle. I thought it was clean, classic, you know, very elegant. Never heard of Chardi in my life. I just purchased the bottle and it turned out to be a beautiful surprise, okay? So Donna Chardi, a beautiful note of orange blossom. This is my favorite yuzu fragrance in my entire collection. Orange blossom, yuzu. There's a heavy note of jasmine in here. There's some citruses, Calabrian bergamot. There's some African orange flower in here. It's a little spicy, fruity, juicy, jasmine. You gotta like the note of jasmine though, you guys. But that yuzu note in here, it's refreshing, uplifting, gorgeous. This is a fragrance that is going to be amazing for the spring. This is a fragrance that definitely uplifts your spirits, you know, emotionally. It's a mood booster to me as well. I am loving this. This is the OG. I do have the PARFUM as well, but I still love the OG, the EDP, Donna Chardi. Get your nose on this fragrance. So affordable. I think it's about $40 for the 100 ml, 45, and then maybe about $30 for the 30 ml, you guys. Get your nose on this fragrance. Donna Chardi, my baby, okay? Last but not least, we're going to talk about one that I love, love, love. And this is by the house of KAYALI. And this is the beautiful, and I I already smell this, okay? This is the beautiful Deja Vu White Flower. So when I did my review on Silk Santal, Velvet Santal, because I've had this fragrance for over 4 years, Deja Vu White Flower is definitely giving me, so if you cannot find Silk Santal, I suggest that you get Deja Vu White Flower and then get KAYALI's Vanilla Oud, okay? Mix those two together because KAYALI's Vanilla Oud is giving that crystallized, oudy, musky scent. And this has the notes of jasmine, there's gardenia, there's a beautiful nectarine, juicy, prominent nectarine note. This is a fragrance that every woman needs in her fragrance collection. This to me is so similar to Silk Santal, a part of the wedding collection. So if you can't find that fragrance, like I said, Vanilla 28 and this one, no. I am telling you now, Vanilla Oud and KAYALI's Deja Vu White Flower, mix those two together because of that musky crystallized vanilla in there, mixed with the fruity nectarines and the florals in this fragrance. I think it's a winner and it's almost a match for Silk Santal, you guys. So like I said, you can't find Silk Santal, get your nose on Deja Vu White Flower. It's a win-win, you guys, and get Vanilla Oud and layer them together, you guys. Amazing, okay? So that is all for my Spring Has Sprung fragrance recommendations. Go out to the world, spread amazing, see how do good, be good, all of that good stuff, you guys, and get your nose on some of these fragrances. And like I said, I may do a comparison review with a QUARTTO PIZZI and a ROUGE Malachite, okay? Anyway, you guys, bye-bye. Love you all.